Oh,
So, gentlemen.
we are gentle and we are men.
Yes, yes. But hey, listen, you can't be gentle come Sunday because you already know, bro. You know, Delap, Delap, Caicedo. Mm, we coming for smoke, bro. We coming for smoke. It's a good victory, yo. It's a very good victory. I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm impressed. Mr. Arnie Slot, that's how you make a signing. That's how you have a signing that, gives you a direct investment, return on investment, impact. Well done. Touche. Touche. Yeah, you
We
guys can
were
let out you guys can let out the smiles. I don't know why you guys
no, no,
are
no. I just know that I cannot speak about that team because I know a few Liverpool fans are catching some feelings because of my you know.
your ongoing rant banters against them.
I mean, I don't
Wait,
think at this point it's a rant, is it? Or banter.
Shit, I mean it's it's becoming a prophecy at this point. A realized prophecy. Saying that's what Jesus showed you in Florida, eh? When you showed up with the sandals and the robe.
Oh shit. Yo, CJ, you blessed? Nice jersey, bro.
yeah, I'm doing all right, fam. I'm doing all right. I am, I got my red kit on today. Some red wine. Got some red grapes. So everything red,
Mm.
everything blessed. The color of London, they say.
Mm.
You know.
Mm.
And we have already dealt with one London opponent. Next
Mm.
one soon come.
Mm.
So
Mm.
yeah,
Uh, okay, okay,
it's that week. It's that time.
okay,
Everybody's coming on smoke.
okay.
I only gotta ask you one question, CJ. Have you ever broken your toe playing FIFA? Like, if you gotta dodge someone, like, like your ex or something, or that uncle you don't want to see, or like that older brother that you're scared of, do you actually go and break your toe playing FIFA?
No comment. Like he might as well have just handed in his sick note like formally, properly. So yeah, due to next week's opposition, I'm reporting in ill for the day, and I'll see you guys in training the following week. You know,
So this is the time we're on, eh? Ah, okay. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Yo, this is the week. This is the week where everyone's coming in guns blazing, bro. All right. If y'all want to have a full-on Mexican showdown, bro, listen, I'm up for it. You tell me, man. Gun slinging, bro. Let's go.
you've
Let's
been
go.
waiting for this week since August, bro. This is your cup final.
Let's go. All right, all right. Well, listen, man. At the end of the day, you know what they say. If you want something done right, go out there and do it yourself. Tottenham, not it. So you're gonna see what a proper side, right? What a proper side is all about when they're down to take care of business. Um, yeah, and that's where I'll leave it for now. So yeah, Murda, if you want to get us started.
First of all, I apologize if you guys heard my fire alarm going off. It's anticipation for the week to the week to come. The fire, the smoke. Like I said, we're coming with it. So it's like God has taught, bro. We're talking about Jesus on this pod, fam. You already know what this means, bro. We're anticipating all the signs, all the signals, bro. God is speaking to us. There's a sign, fam. Smoke is headed in one direction, and all roads lead to Stamford Bridge on Sunday. So you know, take all these subliminals for what they are. But I'm just saying, if
Mm.
you, I don't know if you like red grapes, Laurent. By the way, they're tasty, very good.
Now, usually when I get my grapes, I put them in blue dye, and that's how I eat them. Make sure the color's right before I consume.
Mm.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I heard those are pretty salty or sour rather. Sorry.
Hey, sour, bitter. Just as long as I'm not committing blasphemy on my end by consuming red grapes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
hmm
So you won't even consume red grapes for your other team, for your second team?
Oh, what second team would that be? Let me hear it. Let me hear what second team.
I'm just asking. You know what second team I'm talking about?
I don't, cause knowing you, I don't know if you're trying to say Man U. I don't know if you're trying to say Forest,
No.
Liverpool.
There's only one second team that both of you always give me shit for when I tell
Li-
you that they do not have a world class manager.
the Reds, as in Liverpool. Mm. Well, I mean, apparently now there's talks of him possibly, well, not possibly, but getting sacked. That conversation is starting to brew.
Hmm.
Even though I still don't think they should sack him. Funny enough.
Did you accept the cookies?
Oh, to see what. Listen, at this point, I'm only concerned about where we're at,
Oh,
right?
shit.
And I know you guys don't gotta, accept the cookies to see where Chelsea's at on the table. Maybe you guys gotta probably gotta do one of these. When you're peeking down the balcony and you're trying to, see who your neighbors are 2 stories down. That's probably as most, right? But I'm waving from up from down below. We're waving, bro. We're waving. Just now, we're about to pack our bags and move up a few floors. So, yeah, man, you guys hang on tight. You guys hang on tight.
Damn, are you taking the stairs or the elevator, fam? Because I don't want you to slip on the way up.
Either way, either way, I can tell you when we going up, no toes will be stubbed. No toes will be stubbed because we coming on Sunday. Steel toe boots. Steel
Ah,
toe boots. You already know, bro.
word
You
to
already
Cole
know.
Palmer, but you didn't get the memo.
Mm.
Well, fellas, episode 60. Episode fucking 60. Jesus Christ. Episode 60. Still haven't seen LeBron in a Chelsea kit. 60 episodes in. We have seen him in a United kit. But again, all roads
But you see me in a United kit?
lead to Stamford Bridge on Sunday.
Wait, where have you seen me in a United kit?
We've seen you in a United kit on this pod.
That is actually wild. Because I can guarantee you for a fact, all the evidence is online. You know what I mean? All the evidence is online. So you guys can play it from number 1 to episode 60. Where's the kit? That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say
Mm,
for the viewers at home.
mm.
You know,
I mean, like I said, this Sunday we'll find out. Are you truly a supporter, or are you just a fraud?
uh,
Mm-mm.
uh, wow, I'm shaking in me boots.
I mean, you're gonna need them boots so you don't dodge the game.
Oh, I'm gonna be there, bro. Y'all don't understand how high the anticipation is. But first of all, you guys got to get past Bayern. That's to me, that is the biggest concern on any Arsenal's mind, players or fans' mind. Mind you, that game for you guys is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm,
We'll have an additional day of rest.
mm-hmm. Which you'll
Uh,
need.
hey man, listen, if that's how you want to put it,
Yo, you
that's
keep
how you.
talking about that though. Why are you acting like you guys don't have some, like you guys have like Burnley again in midweek or some shit, fam? You're also playing a high level caliber opposition. One of your biggest ops that you're gonna want to get one over
Yeah, we
because
got
they,
Barca, but we got them on a Tuesday.
yeah, but that's the obstacle in your way too. You're acting like you guys don't play midweek or you
And
play the Wolves or you play like Burnley or some shit.
bro, we bring them to the bridge, bro. You know what I mean? They're coming here. Wait, I think your game as well is at the Emirates Stadium, right?
Yes,
So
Hmm
sir.
for you guys as well. Yeah, but all in all, I think that extra day does factor in. Um, but I can honestly say that Bayern to me is the bigger challenge than Barca. It's like night and day, in my opinion.
But it's still a challenge nonetheless for you guys.
Bro, just fucking body, body your mom, bro. Like you know, body the flair, the heart of that team, the creator, and then who? Their midfielders. You got Torres. and then you have the other guy, Rashford. Not really too worried about that, if I'm being completely honest.
Rashford would walk into your team right now, backwards.
Again, like I said, not worried about Rashford. I think he can be neutralized.
CJ, I just don't know where this energy is coming
That's
from.
what I'm saying, honestly.
You know, like
What do you mean?
I
Second in the table when you guys were willing to rule us out. I think a few weeks back, right? Where's Chelsea? I think you guys used the cookie jokes on me a few weeks back. You guys remember that? You guys remember that, eh?
no, I'm just trying. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not even paying attention to that. I'm just looking at the the head-to-head record between Arsenal and Chelsea.
Hey man, do you know what the head-to-head record was between Newcastle and Man City?
Well, that game was
Mm.
contentious, but we'll get into it. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm sure we're gonna spend a lot of time previewing the Chelsea game on our next pod. But let's get into it. Um, I guess the only right place to begin with this game is: do you two know this player? Released from the Arsenal Academy, bounced around in different London clubs, finally established himself at Crystal Palace, scored banger after banger, played with one of his close friends, Michael Elise. Then in the 2025 transfer window, was heavily linked with a so-called Nando's FC, and then miraculously, you get a call from CJ's favorite manager, the one and only Mikel, and he said, "Are you seriously gonna go to play for the Birds?" And he ruined Thomas Frank's year. Who is Eze? Laurent, do you know who Eze is?
You tell me, man. I think I'm gonna wait till he introduces himself to us personally. At that point, I'll say, yeah, maybe I know the guy, you know? But till then, you know, I think I know him, way back in high school, but I don't know if I remember him like that, though. Yeah.
Smoke all week long, bro.
Oh, week.
I just
I
I
love it.
I just cannot wait for Sunday just to see this guy's face.
No, but your boy is good. Your boy is good. I'll give you that. He's nice. He's nice.
Saying he just gained some points on that Cole Palmer versus Eze debate. Mm.
Oh, I mean, on one end, all right, let's be real. Tottenham was not the best defensively that game. Let's be real. Again, I'm not taking away. He did what he had to do. But the gaps that Tottenham was allowing, or like even the space and time that they gave your players in those blocks of the field was pretty abysmal. Like from the setup, just the overall setup in the beginning of the game, um, to even how they started, like second half, bro. Like
It went
it's
to a
not.
back five to try to stop us.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it was it
really
it
shocking. Yeah.
it.
Like, like I understand that Thomas Frank used that lineup when he. Okay, before I even say that, Thomas
Mhm.
Frank is an Arsenal fan. First of all, let's just get that out there.
Wait, is he actually?
Yeah, yeah, he's an
Mm.
Arsenal fan. The fact that he came to the Emirates, yes, I understand. Like he's showing us the utmost respect by playing with a back five, but you played a back five to play defensive. When you played a back five at Brentford, or when you used it, if I'm not mistaken, against PSG in the Super Cup, He got the width from his wing backs. In this game, all he wants to do is sit in. You can't like no matter what you want to say about Arsenal being only set piece FC ole ole, like it doesn't matter. Like if you give us that much time with the ball, we are gonna make something happen. And Thomas Frank learned that the hard way. And I think this weekend was a prime example of everyone's complaining about Arsenal can only score from set pieces, blah blah blah. 4 goals from open play. 4 goals from open play. It's not that we can't do it. It's we just you know score what's in front of us. Average Eze is so good. He's the first player since 1978 to score a hat trick in the North London Derby. Last player to do so was Alan Sunderland. So he's already joined an exclusive club. Um, he's gonna add. He's gonna add to the tally this coming Sunday. Gonna score a banger from a set piece to help the Arsenal beat Chelsea 1-0. Put your money on it. Why are you smiling, bro?
What do you think? He's gonna score? Is that what you're saying?
100%. 100%.
Oh, that's cute, bro. Like I said, time and space. You really think who's gonna give him time and space like that? Like how he was given.
Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia,
Right.
Palmer.
The fact that you said Caicedo, I know you're not serious, bro. I know you're talking out of your ass, bro.
Caicedo's not going to even catch up to him. You remember what Partey did to
Oh
him?
my
Whoop!
gosh. Oh my god.
Lifting, sliding back to fucking Colombia. Whoop!
Okay. All right. Well,
The
listen, man.
Ghanaian king showed him what Burkina Faso looks like. Whoop!
Listen, man. We will see. We will see. We will see.
You're going to be watching a rear end. Yeah, you will see. Oh, fuck. Yo, you come for the smoke. You better fucking be prepared for it, bro. Oh, shit. No, but in all seriousness, Arsenal dominated. I don't like from start to finish, dominated. I think that goal that I don't even want to say his name that he
Bro, don't be a
scored.
hater, bro. Like at least, acknowledge a good goal when you see one.
It was a good goal. I just don't like the player. The goal was phenomenal.
All right, Rich
It's still,
Allison, for everyone wondering
thank
at
you.
home.
Um,
Yeah.
he had to do a lot. He still had to do a lot. It was a very nice goal, but I think it's just one of those situations where I think CJ, you'll agree with me on this. We've seen Raya give up goals like this several times, and it comes to question like, is this the way that he's being asked to play? The high line, and could he have done better? And then I put the blame solely on Zubamendi because like, what are you doing? Why are you taking too many touches? Just release the ball. Saliba was there waiting. Um, the two other players that I really want to shout out, well, actually three. First player, Lissandro Trossard. We were all asking for him to be
Did
sold.
you call it Lissandro Trossard?
Did I say Lissandro?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Well,
We get you.
anyways, Lissandro. I call him Lissandro, I guess. Try to say Liz. Yeah, no, fuck. I don't even know how to come back from that. God damn it. We were thinking of selling him to get like a Rodrigo or a Rafa Leao, but this man keeps performing. He keeps performing, and I know we've talked about it. He's very streaky, but he's performing, and he put out another good performance. Um, Pierre Hincapié, like that's probably one of the most underrated signings by Andre Berta. Because when we got him, I was like, who? Like, what? Like, where did that come from? It was almost like the Mosquera signing. It was um, like the Calafiori signing. Like it was one of those signings that we didn't even expect, and we didn't even realize that we needed. Like a Jakob Kivior when he first came in, we're like, wait, why Kivior? Yes, I think Hincapié is better, but Kivior held his own. And then the third player, which I think CJ you'll agree with me on this, Declan fucking Rice. He he showed why he is leaps and bounds better than who he gets compared to. Dominated the midfield.
Did you have any names in mind that you wanted to share?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Moise Caicedo,
Okay, okay. I was just wondering. I had a feeling that's who we were
leaps
thinking.
and bounds, leaps and bound. And it's funny that it's always Arsenal players being compared, be like, oh, Palmer's better than Saka, Caicedo's better than Rice. It's like we are setting the standard, right? Everyone makes fun of us. We haven't won, Champions League. We haven't won this. We haven't won that. Yet our players are always in the middle of the conversation of everything. So there is something that we are doing right. And this game, Declan Rice showed it. Hate him, love him, doesn't matter what you think. He dominated the midfield. And that tackle on Javi Simons, like, I am here for it. All day. All fucking day. And I don't know, CJ, if you saw that when they scored, I think it was Eze's first goal or second goal. He's like, let's fucking kill him.
Yeah, first goal.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, first goal. Yeah, like, that's why we're here. That's what we want to see. I think last time we watched the game together, we were saying, the El Clasico, it wasn't as spicy. It's not as spicy nowadays. But this North London derby is what we wanted, and I am so proud of the performance and also the tifo,
hmm.
a real tifo, not like a you know. But yeah, CJ, what was your takeaway, man? I know you always got your analysis, your coaching analysis. Let us know what you thought of the game.
Damn, I don't even know where to start. First of all, first things first, actually want to say this has actually been like the perfect week. Like we had a good weekend a few weeks ago because there's been a couple times this season where both Liverpool and City have dropped points and we've capitalized and won. But this one again, I mean, for another one to come around so close in quick succession, it's like Christmas is arriving early for us. Like we talked about it on the last episode too. You know, Laurent was very close, this close to coming on this pod completely silent because nobody expected a City L, a Liverpool L, and not to mention all the in terms of the big six, bro. United lost today. Spurs lost at the hands of us. Liverpool and City lost. The only ones that obviously picked up their results were Chelsea. So if we're talking about all the ops around us and we're talking about the big six, it's been a great weekend from an Arsenal perspective. You know what I mean? Like all our big ops are losing games, bro. I'm loving it. I'm sitting here like this. Like I said, I got my red. Yes, it is red wine tonight, not water. I am being open and honest. We are sipping some nice red wine tonight. It's been a great weekend from an Arsenal perspective. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm buzzing, bro. I'm buzzing. I can't lie. Um, as far as the game is concerned, yeah, I mean, we just what do we say, man? It's Tottenham are only our rivals by geographics, not in terms of quality on the pitch. They're nowhere near us in quality. Never have been. Never will be. There was a period of time, obviously, where they had their golden generation that won nothing, with Harry Kane and Son and Mauricio Pochettino. We were still dummying them at the Emirates, so not much change in that front. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't too long ago, Murda, that we actually were losing. If you remember, under Mikel Arteta, lost to Spurs and Antonio Conte in that crucial top four battle down the stretch at home. If you
Mm-hmm.
remember that, Rob Holding got sent off, lost 3-0.
Yep.
That was a dark day. And from that point onwards, the Spurs fans were thinking, yeah, we're gonna kick on, and this is our time to shine. We got one over our main rivals, and look at both clubs since. It just goes to show that form is temporary, class is permanent. They're always going to be down here compared to us. I'm sorry, Spurs fans. I know some of you follow us and listen to us, have been messaging us, and you watch this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it is what it is. You're always going to be in our shadows. That's the one and only thing I'm really going to say about it, and give you that bit of airtime, because otherwise, you guys aren't on our level. So I don't really. I'm not here to be modest tonight. I'm here to be blunt and honest. So just get back into your shell. It's only a rivalry by geographics, not by quality. You're nowhere near the level. A few years ago, you thought you were going to surpass us, and it didn't quite work out the way you thought it was going to. So that's all I'll say on that. In terms of the game itself, definitely shocking. Again, from their perspective, because it was one of the easiest home derbies we've had in a while. They offered nothing, and I think we all touched on it from an analytic perspective not too long ago, started by Laurent when you mentioned it. You can't set up that defensively and still be that open. It actually makes zero sense. Like you set up with a back five, a holding midfielders, two in front of the back five with Paulina and Bentancur, and we still managed to find the gaps and still managed to run right through down the middle. The first 2 minutes of the game, Eze was cooking from early. That was the warning signs. He almost had a beautiful assist for Declan Rice, that chip
Yeah.
ball over the top.
Mm,
Rice should have
mhm.
scored from then, you know. But that was the warning signs. That was the early warning signs, and they did ride the waves, Spurs, for most of the half until about the 35th minute or so, until we finally opened the scoring. And yeah, man, what a goal it was. And before we, I get into the goals and whatnot, I agree with you, Murdad. Honestly, we're reading each other's minds today. I don't know what it is. It's almost like we're wearing the same kit. Um, I had three players I wanted to shout out to, and to be honest with you, the exact three players that you mentioned were the exact ones that I came on here wanting to mention. And I think we have to start with, Mr. Leandro Trossard, aka Leandro Bossard. You know that
AKA Lissandro Trossard. Just getting it out.
Man, that guy, he deserves his flowers. He deserves his flowers because all three of us have bashed him um, at one point or another and saying he's not good enough or he's not the level. We spent a lot of the summer saying we need a left wing upgrade. The three of us came on here saying that, and we all agreed. And some people were pissed, including myself a little bit when that didn't come. And obviously the fact that they decided to pretty much upgrade his contract, right? He got a pay rise, and not many of us could understand that idea at the time, but it's been well deserved. Clearly, he's been. Let's be real, call a spade a spade. He's been Arsenal's best attacking player so far this season. That's a fact. His output game after game so far this season has been really good. The quality of goals, and he scores important goals for us. Like this is not just this season. He scores like he doesn't just score like the fourth or fifth goal in a 5-0 thrashing. He often gets important goals for us, whether it's an equalizer in the Champions League or whether it's the goal-ahead goal in a title race 2 years ago when we were fighting with Man City, and he's scoring, the one goal at Old Trafford that's helps us win that game 1-0. Like he scores goals that are crucial to gaining points for us, and I think he fully deserves everything that he's got in terms of the credit, the plaudits so far this season. He deserves his spot in the starting lineup, and he continues to score and assist, and have that output. So we got to give him a huge credit. Big game player. Um, you know, the second player, I'm fully glad that you acknowledge this. Pierre and Hincapié. We have to give a big shout out to because, bro, I love that guy already, man. The Ecuadorian mob, that South American, the flair, the favelas, the streets, that South American style football. You can tell, man, he's a no nonsense, you know, center back, no nonsense defender. He fits right in with the mold of the defenders that we have. And the biggest compliment you can give him is that we didn't miss Gabriel at all this game. And I'm excited to see more of him and what's to come because he does look like a Gabriel-esque type center back, aggressive on the front foot, quick, good on the ball. Um, so I'm so excited by this guy, and I think that's such a big acquisition. I can just tell, like, not without seeing much of him so far, he's got that aura. He knows what it means, and he fits right in with this team. To come back, he probably traveled the furthest from international break, going all the way into South America, coming back late, um, and then to slot right into this game when you're not really too familiar with the team yet. This is your first full start in the Premier League, and then the Derby. I mean, credit to him. Credit to him, and long may that continue. I want to see him continue to partner Saliba in Gabriel's absence, to be honest. And we debated it beforehand, right? We said, who's going to slot in there? We thought it would be Mascara just because Arteta would maybe go for that familiarity, but we also did say that he does favor his left-sided center backs on that left-sided position just for the small margins, right? Body positioning, opening up your body into the field on that side of the field, and what it can do for you if you have a left footer as opposed to a right footer. All those little details we did mention before, and it looks like he opted for that, and it paid dividends. So, yeah, I think he deserves a mention. And lastly, the main man. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Ebs Eberiche. Hold on, let me draw for his. Because when things get serious, you got to draw for the full name. Let me find his full name. Eberiche Oluchi Eze. The man. He's arrived. We've been waiting for that moment from him. That big game player moment that he showed us at Crystal Palace time and time again. he's arrived now, and it couldn't have happened to a better guy. And all jokes aside, this is a man who believed. I'm sure all of us have seen that tweet by now that he tweeted what 10 years ago, more maybe more, when he
10 years
said
ago.
one day I'm going to make it and they're going to show this tweet. And it's like, so it's such a surreal kind of spine chilling moment because it's like, it just goes to show what happens when you persevere. And for those who do believe, or maybe, you have faith or you're religious or whatnot, his faith, his beliefs in God, him and his family, they prayed for these type of moments. And to see it actually come to fruition is actually, it's a beautiful story. Like, whether you're a lover of the player, the team or not, these are sort of the inspirational stories that these professional players will go and tell young kids or inspire young kids by. Like, it's any one of our dreams to play for your club and score in a derby, score a hat trick in a derby against your local rivals, right? That's stuff of dreams that you grew up as a kid wanting, and he delivered. And it's a crazy surreal moment. It's a full circle moment, and all that, let it all work out stuff that with in the intro videos and all that. That's what all this was for. This was his moment, and yeah, I couldn't have finally come in a better game. What a game to do it. He was cooking all game, man. Even outside of the goals, he was showing some of that again, that Ronaldinho style football. And in the second half, there's a one moment in particular where
All
him and
right,
Saka were combining.
now you need to chill, bro.
Did you
Ronaldinho.
watch the game,
Yeah, I did watch the game. I know what you're referring to, but yo, come on, man. Let's put some respect on Ronaldinho's name out here.
buddy? He was showing that style of flair. I don't know if you watched the game. You're here
I
talking about
did watch.
Richarlison's goal. That's the
I
only thing you. I'm so disappointed in you. The only thing that you mentioned about that game was Richarlison's goal. Like, don't give that
bro,
guy any airtime.
you see, you guys are just haters, bro. Murdoch couldn't even say his name. I had to say it for you guys, and that goal was nice. No matter, bro, that was for one. That was the furthest goal this season in Premier League. And two, bro, the audacity, bro. Anyone that's even Eze tried to shot. Did you see how when Eze tried to shoot from his own half?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
guys
I
seen
did.
that? You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Like, you gotta have the audacity to fucking do that, and then to pull it off, bro. So you know what I mean? Like, it's you said let's call a spade a spade. All right, let's call a world class goal a world class goal.
Sure, yeah, it was a good goal. Yeah,
All
I'm just
right,
disappointed that that was the only thing you mentioned in the whole game, despite the fact that they got slapped up, despite the fact that Richarlison got dummied by our center backs. You know what I mean? Like, why are we talking about that solely? You know what I mean? But anyways, it was a good goal. I will give it that. Um,
thank you.
as they scored a hat trick, Richarlison didn't, despite a nice goal. So let's bring it back to what we really should be talking about. Um, but my point was that outside of the goals, he obviously performed well the whole game, and we haven't seen much of this all season from him. It's been moments, but I would say this is the first game where from minute 1 to minute 90 he looked on it. Like I said, the first 2 minutes of that game, the assist that he almost should have gotten for that Declan Rice chance with the chip assist, like he looked like he was on it from minute 1 to 90. And yeah, rightfully player of the match, 10 out of 10 performance, number 10 on his back, and I hope he continues to show up for us. But I think, yeah, summing up the whole game, we did have to call out those specific players because they deserved it. But everyone to a man, I think, played well. Obviously, Zubamendi had that one moment, which is uncharacteristic of him. He's the one player that doesn't normally lose the ball in that position. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, like everybody did their thing. Mikel Merino played really well in that false nine. His assist to open up the chance for that first goal, beautiful assist. We criticize him. He's not a natural nine. Yes, we want him to be a little bit more of a nine style striker. He's naturally a midfielder. He's going to drop in deep. It is what it is. But he showed his class again too in this game, and I think everybody was up for it. I think the last thing I'll say is credit to the manager, and I like to be fair and give credit where credit is due. Credit to the manager because it's not easy to come back from an international break, and then just jump right into club football again, and you have to get the players riled up for this. Sometimes after international breaks, the first game back can be quite flat, but he did a good job making sure everyone was on it and getting everybody up for it. I think you can tell it trickled down from the leadership, from the management, all the way down to the team. Just the simple fact that the injured players were so involved in it, right? You saw a lot of glimpses of Martin Odegaard and Gabriel on the bench, Gyökeres. Everyone was there. Everyone wanted to be involved. Everyone knew what this game meant. And then the manager got everybody up for it, and yeah, man, everyone it was a good day, man. It was a good atmosphere. The Tifo obviously really helped, and yeah, one of the biggest wins for us so far this season, one that'll get us pumped, especially after a game where we dropped points previously in the Sunderland game. So I think this was good to help us kick on. So on to the next. We all know what that next is, and we'll get into it when it's time.
It was a statement. It was a statement made to the Premier League. It was a statement made to all the teams that are chasing us that we are here. Um, and I think the one thing that was glaring for me is the maturity. I think there was a lot of well, the last few years there was a lot of comments made about, oh well, Arsenal when they get into the run in, they get emotional and they can't manage it well. But you could sense that it was business. And you haven't seen this, you haven't seen this out of this group of players yet, and it's coming. They're all maturing together, and you do have to say hands down to Arteta for picking out the type of players that he wanted, and honestly, a huge. I think by the end of the year, we are gonna we're gonna have to talk about Andrea Berta's impact because Hincapié
Hmm.
was his signing, right? Uh, Eze was him going to the board and being like, "Hey, we need this player. This is what's going to take us over the top." Um, and the work that he's done in the background, and the work that he's doing to get a few more recruiters and stuff. Like, there's a reason why Atletico Madrid was so successful in that league during the time where Messi and Ronaldo were there. So a huge shout out to him because as much as Gabriel is a huge miss, we're at a point where they are a miss, but the squad that we have, we can manage it. Um, and the same couldn't have been said a few years ago. So I'm over the moon. But like you said, this is just the beginning, and I think if we play like this on the weekend, like no team will have a chance. No team. Not the little men at Stamford Bridge.
You think we're
Um,
gonna let you guys play like that? I
I
mean,
don't
I
think
know
you're gonna have much of a choice. And I'm being completely honest. Like, I truly think. I mean, you guys are gonna try and play a possession style game, I think, but I'm not sure if you want to go toe to toe that way, personally.
you guys don't have the back line. That's the issue. Like if like all banter aside, I think the midfield battle is going to be critical. But I think where you guys are going to lose is the overload that we're going to be able to get because you guys do not have the back line. So it will be a difficult game, and I think there isn't going to be much in it. I think there's going to be more yellow cards in that game than we saw in the North London derby. But I think it's going to come down to, you know, one moment.
you stab you.
So, oh my gosh.
Listen, quickly, all jokes aside, um, Laurent, your comments actually, I'm pending for your thoughts on the game, on the Arsenal Spurs game. What you thought, even from like a tactical standpoint, what you thought, how you saw the game, and even from a Chelsea lens, like how you would plan to prepare for Arsenal when the time comes. But yeah, I'm curious to know what your analysis of was the game. And don't again, I was disappointed that you only talked about Richarlison. Out of all things that you saw in that game, you only mentioned Richarlison. So Richarlison aside,
Jeez,
what are your
bro.
thoughts on the game?
Yo, you want me to like go back and delete my WhatsApp message, like or
No, I
edit
just
it?
don't want you to be salty, and I want you to
Huh?
be, I want you to be honest and tell me what you thought about the game.
Well, this guy really wanted me to highlight Ronaldinho's magic moments. All right, don't
Because
worry.
let's be honest, you were sitting as much as you say you're acting all calm, whatever. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure you watched that yesterday. I don't know. You might have had to change your your nappies a little bit, your diapers a little bit. Might have been shit
Oh,
in your pants still slightly.
Not at all. No, not at all, man.
You
The
know.
only thing that really disappointed me, if I'm being completely honest, from that game was the fact that Spurs allowed that to happen.
Here you go again with this nonsense.
No, and again, right? Because I think
Remember,
it's
sorry, I had to say because remember when Miles Lewis Skelly scored that assisted for the in the Champions League and you didn't give him any credit. This you're doing a
I
similar kind
did
of thing.
I did give credit, but again, I highlighted what the like, bro. I highlighted what the mistake was. There's no reason for a man to do that from that point in the field. Like there's no reason. And I gave you a concrete defensive reason to as to why it was an error defending. Like I don't. What else do you want me to say?
Okay, fine. So what about this one? Because again,
Okay,
it can't just be about Spurs were poor. Mind you, this is a Spurs team who came in with the best away record in the league. They haven't lost
Hmm.
away in the league prior to yesterday. So
yeah, but I mean, and like these like these stats you can. What City has never lost? No, no, not never lost, but I forgot what the record was against Newcastle, right? And they ended up losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some stats, you kind of have to give a double take or put into context, right? But essentially, what I'm saying is this: um, from an Arsenal standpoint, the pressing was exquisite. It was right. It was well done. Um, you guys were not afraid, right, to step up and knowing that you can force errors in the back. And I think that's how one of your goals was scored, right? Um, from simply right, just pressing them on that end. But the concerning part for me, just overall, was the fact that it took him to halftime to make that change. And I think you guys can both agree with me on that. That something like that, like, is unacceptable in terms of managerial tactics. Unacceptable. You're watching the game unfold, right? And you're seeing that your team has no outlets, no recourse whatsoever, and you wait till half, right, to to make a change. Like, as a manager, how do you even give your team a fighting chance, right?
Mm.
Again, not denying, you guys came in there, you guys were all business. You guys were all business, and just flip it. If you guys were on the other side, right, and you guys were set up in a way, and you're realizing you're not playing well, right? Would you want your managers to take that long to make that change? No, right? So
were
I
you
think,
were you saying that he should have? Sorry, I just want to get what you're saying. Are you saying that he should have made a halftime sub, or he should have kept, like changed the formation with the current personnel that was on the pitch?
I mean, it's risky, but like, you broke that five in the back was not working, bro. It was not working. Like, whatever it was, like the setup or the players in those positions.
It was
Um,
the midfield.
uh,
You cannot have a midfield of Rodrigo Betancourt and
then in that case, it would have been a player substitution, at least at the minimum, right? But yeah, bro, because like I think there was a point where you guys, I think 70% possession. Like, there
Mhm.
were spells in that first half they had nothing, absolutely nothing, right? And you
Because
can
he did it at half. But you're saying he just did it too late with
of
Javi
course,
Simmons. He did it at side.
um,
So you're saying he should be ruthless enough to do it within the first half, make the
bro,
sub.
yes, yes, there are games where you just sense it, bro. You just see it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Obviously, it's not like basketball where you can just call a timeout, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
but you have, as a coach, bro, you have to have that ability to read that in real time and be like, yo, this is not working. I know we set up for this all week, but it is not working, right? And at least then you can give yourself some kind of chance, right? Worst case scenario, maybe they don't concede the second goal. You don't know, right? But it didn't work out in their favor. And then suddenly, right, second half comes again. Funny,
Before you get on to the
yeah,
second half though, can
yeah.
maybe I in his defense, maybe one thing I'll say is in his defense, the first goal did come late in the first half. You know what I mean? It's not like he scored within the first we scored within the first 2 minutes and then got the second 15 minutes later. Our first goal did kind of come late in the first half, to be fair to him.
But
But
there was foreshadowing of that goal coming again, like you mentioned, the Abiwichi Eze lob to
mm-mm.
what's his name, to
Declan.
Rice. Yeah,
Mhm.
bro, it was so easy, bro. It like and bro, like, honestly, like, at that level too, it shouldn't be that easy. You shouldn't need to be able to split defenses like that. Nah, man, no, like it's almost like they're playing against a lower tier league team, bro. And what was worse too is the fact that going forward, like, the outlets, bro, was very minimal. If you guys wait, like, that first half, sometimes their keeper would try to uh, distribute the ball out, and it would just land in to your midfielders' feet, and then now you guys are going, like, straight back on the attack. You know what I'm saying? So I think Murad mentioned it, right? There was no width, little to no width, right? But to me, it was just the setup was not it. And even when you had their attacking players looking to check in, right, drop in to receive the ball, they're getting closed down, right, immediately. And so now you're reading that like even the pattern of play isn't working, right? The way their players are moving to look to set themselves up isn't working, and you have to change, bro. Because all you're doing, if you don't do anything, you're allowing the team now to suffocate you to the point where eventually a goal is bound to happen. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I think if anything, as a Chelsea, like if you when you ask me the question, well, what as a Chelsea fan, if I looked at this game, well, now it's like okay, you're realizing that there is a certain way to go about a team that's willing to press you guys, right? Like deep, because I think that's how you guys have been setting up this whole season, essentially for the most part, right? You guys are willing to press high, right, and to commit. And on top of that, right, for us, it's about having a solid build-up, right? And I feel like in Spurs' case, they had their I don't know if you guys noticed, but usually what would happen, the ball would end up, I think, at the right back
Mhm.
or left back, and that's how they would right initialize the build up usually and look to spread it out of there, right? And they were getting away with it up to a certain point. Um, but yeah, I think for me, good game overall for Arsenal. Spurs tactically not set up well, right, from the get go. Uh, you guys capitalized on it, and when they tried to do something, right, it came a little too late, right? And on top of that, it's, and I think even one of the commentators mentioned it, but it's almost as if like you saw like such a gap in quality too from the midfield players, and then you have like a guy like Javi Simons, right? Too easy, bro. Like you see what I'm saying? Like you're getting knocked off the ball way too easily.
That
Um,
game was calling for them to play 4-3-3 to match us in the midfield, but to play Paulinho and Basuma.
mm, I don't
Like
think
you,
Bissouma
like
didn't. Did Bissouma play? No, right?
no, but that's what the game was calling for.
Mm,
You need to have that physicality. You can't
yeah,
play Betancourt and
I agree.
Paulinho and expect them to be able to control Eze, Rice, and Zubamendi. Like that's impossible. There's no way. There's no way that that's gonna happen.
I
So for
agree.
me, that's where that's where we won and that's where we dominated.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what next weekend holds. I think both teams. Yes, I understand you guys have an extra day's rest, but both teams have critical games in the Champions League. Arsenal are in a little bit better position than Chelsea in the Champions League, and we can, you know, not that we can ill afford to lose this game, nor do I think Arteta will want to do that. But we are in a position where if we got a draw, it's not a poor result. Sitting second in the table, we haven't conceded a goal, which I don't think that we're going to be able to keep that clean record after facing Bayern. But like you guys are, where are you guys sitting? You guys are sitting 12th on 7 points in the Champions League, so tied with Barcelona. Like you guys need to, like, not saying that you guys won't make it, but it's more of a it's more of a must win or must get a result for you guys than it is for us. Because the way that it looks like, I don't, unless we collapse, we're gonna finish top eight. So, um, but the one question that I do have for you, CJ, um, before we get to the breakdown of the Champions League games, what's your thoughts on? And I know I'm teasing it a little bit early, but do you think Arteta's gonna rotate heavily?
Wow, it's a very good question. Um, I would, I would, heavily. No, I don't. I actually don't think he's gonna rotate heavily. Yeah, you know him. He's the kind of manager. He's gonna want to go into every game to win. And yeah, I know. A lot of the Arsenal fan base, right, where we're looking and saying Chelsea's, the bigger one of the next two games, just because of the breathing room we've given ourselves in the Champions League a little bit. Um, but I think maybe Arteta's probably actually not maybe definitely he's gonna see it as one game at a time. This is the first game. This is the next game, and we have to be all guns blazing and serious for this one. Um, so I wouldn't say heavily. I think maybe
So let
one or
me
two.
ask you this. Let me go
Yeah.
position by position. Raya is going to play. It doesn't matter about Raya.
Hmm.
Timber or White?
Okay, I would play Ben White. I think Timber needs a rest. So my I would fully rotate my fullbacks. I'd rotate out Timber for Ben White, and I would put in Miles Lewis Skelly for Calafiori. I would continue to play Saliba and
Hincapié?
Hincapié.
Okay.
Saliba only played one of the two games in international break. Um, and Hincapié, I think, needs a little bit more familiarity playing alongside Saliba. So I think you kind of, try and get him used to that. I will continue to play them. That's no problem. And that's what I mean about balancing, right? You don't do a full rotation. You can play that back four still. That's fine. Um, we didn't even talk about this, but Saka, again, if I'm going to be critical, it was almost a perfect day for us on the weekend. But if I'm going to be critical, I was wondering why Saka played 90 minutes yet again. Disrespect Spurs a little bit, rub it in their face a little bit. We're 3-1, 4-1 up. Now you can take off our best player and tell them that we wrap this game up. Game's done. We're taking out our main guy. We're taking out Saka to kind of rub salt into the wound. You know what I mean? Let you know, like, yeah, we feel this game is done, so we're going to take Saka
Mm.
out at the 60th minute, 70th minute when the game was already done and dusted. That's what he should have done. I don't think Saka should have played 90. I was kind of concerned about that because we know Saka is going to play heavy minutes for these next two games. So I would have taken Saka out as one of my first subs. Those are the kind of minor things I'm talking about when it comes to game management. To be honest, about our players' loads. But anyways, it is what it is. I think Saka will probably start this game again. Um, so yeah, Saka will probably start on that right hand side. On the left, I mean, keep in mind we're probably. I imagine some of the injured players are going to return to fitness a little bit. It maybe not for this game, but certainly for the Chelsea game, right? It looks like Gyökeres was close, Odegaard was close. Um, so those also
Madueke
have to be
played.
factored in. Yeah, Madueke, Martinelli was
Ah,
on the bench.
bring him on, bro. Madueke. Send him a good greeting, bro.
But anyways, yeah. So yeah,
But
I mean,
so
in
just
midfield,
so there's going to be at least you would agree that there's going to be at least like three, maybe four changes from the line that we saw against Spurs because you got the
yeah.
two wing backs and then you got two more players. Like I think
Yeah.
Madueke starts this game. I don't think Trossard
You think he's
starts.
gonna start?
Like if I think the smart move would be to rest Trossard because he's on such hot form. I wouldn't want to risk him.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's fair. It's gonna be
And
interesting. Yeah, it is gonna be
like,
interesting.
or what you could do is if Martinelli's fit, play like Martinelli, Madueke, and Saka up top, and then drop Marino in the midfield.
True. Yeah, I didn't think about that actually.
Right.
I have a feeling he may stick with the with. I think both Rice and Zubimendi are gonna play. I have a feeling. I don't know about you, but I feel like he's gonna play
I
both of them.
think I I think that that's exactly what's going to happen. But like, I would be very open to giving Declan Rice a rest, or
Me
very
too.
open to
Me too.
like bring him on at the 60th minute to take off Zubamendi so that one of them get minutes in their leg and get a little bit of a rest. So, not to say that Marino doesn't need a rest, but I think with the reinforcements coming in at the attacking line, we can afford to quote unquote run him into the ground more than we can of Rice or Zubamendi. So,
Yeah, I agree.
uh, but I do agree with you. I do think that it's going to be, I think Madueke's probably going to start, and Marino's probably going to be up top. So I think the only maybe we're going to get three changes: the wing backs and then a left winger. Um, but I wouldn't be shocked if the players come off faster. That we drop to a back five and bring on Mascara earlier and go to three at the back. Sorry, five at the back. Um, but you know, we're only what 24, 48 hours away from figuring out what's going on with that. Laurent,
Yo.
give us your breakdown of the Burnley game. I do have to give you one credit. Um, that going away to Turf Moor is quite difficult. So you guys getting the 3 points, I mean, I think it does bode well for you.
Yeah.
So Turf Moor is hard, man. Turf Moor is hard, and the thing is, coming away from
He's
the
not
international
easy.
break and playing the first game, that's tough. I gotta give
The way
credit.
the way he's not giving us any credit for our wins, I'm not giving him any credit for a win over Burnley at Turf Moor. I'm sorry. If he thinks that his team is Centurions and they're in this title race or whatever, then yeah, you should be going in there and winning. I was surprised it was 0-0 for as long as it was, to be honest with you.
I mean, but that's the difference between us and Chelsea, right?
I'm
We
just
got the
saying.
class. We got the class. They're hunting
Surprised it
for
was
it.
0-0 for as long as it was. I mean, we scored what 37 minute. When did you want us to score?
I
Before
don't know.
kickoff.
10th minute.
Centurions probably should be,
Mm,
stamping their authority in the first 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure we got our first goal at around
all
that
right,
mark
don't
when
worry,
we
bro.
went there.
I'll make a call and we won't step our authority on Sunday, first 10 minute. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. That's what you want.
Just make sure when you're stamping, nobody breaks any more toes, please. You guys need
Like
all
I
the
like
players
I
that you can
told
get.
you, bro. Steel toe boots, bro.
All right.
But yeah, no. But to answer Murdat, honestly, it was a solid game. Um, we had some good spells going forward. The only thing I would say, selfishness. I don't know if you guys had a chance to catch the game, but oh boy, these offensive players are hella selfish.
Hmm.
This it could have been 4-0 easily. Um, and that type of selfishness has shown itself in earlier games in the season, where one guy just doesn't want to make the extra pass for whatever, right? And that extra pass is just you square it, the guy shoots, goal, and that's it. It's just that simple, right? But yeah, there's one play. The lap receives the ball on the left side of the pitch. All he had to do was
Yo,
square it first time.
you're my guy.
Yeah, sorry. All you had to do was square it first time, and
And that's more quiet than Cole Palmer there.
don't
I'm
kill
sorry. I'm
me.
sorry. Continue.
Yeah, no, no, no. Yeah, no. Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, no.
To all you listeners, like if you can hear Laurent clearly now, we do apologize for the inconvenience. He was just trying to be respectful because he knows his team is about to be slapped twice in a week. Sorry, taking away your shine. Sorry, my bad.
But you guys are hilarious, man. Yeah, I swear, I look forward to the Sunday podcast. But you guys tell me, if you feel like the emotions are too much, we don't have to go through with it. Like come Sunday 9 p.m. But all in all, I think Chelsea have a lot to work to do on the offensive side of things, especially when we're facing teams like Barca and even Arsenal, right? It's like you have to make those extra passes to put your guy in and give him a chance to score. You hold on to the ball, and now suddenly the pass is not on anymore, right? And you lose that opportunity, right? So um, again, like even how Arsenal played it, right? You get to your opponent's third, right? The penalty area. The ball has to move, right?
Hmm.
It has to zip. Sometimes too, like you have to take the risk in the passes that you make, right? I noticed I don't know if it was Spurs. I think it might even been Chelsea, but sometimes players they don't make those passes because they feel like it's not on. You guys ever seen that? Where you watch it from TV, right? And so even the angles they are different when you're out there on the pitch, right?
Hmm.
But there are times where you have to take the gamble. Maybe the guy might be offside, right? If you release it, um, or it could get intercepted, right? But that pass has to be made, right? Like it's the risk, right? Because if that pass lands, it's a defensive splitting pass, right? Like where the defense gets split, just given the nature of the pass, right? So, for me, there's a lot of that in Chelsea that I noticed, right? Where we're playing it too safe at times, right? So, and against teams, right, that are set up well, those are the passes that disturb the defense, right? Because everything else is they're already set up for that, right? Where they can anticipate and you don't allow yourself, right, to get a certain edge. But overall, right, happy with the win. And yeah, man, it's just another one to add to the books in good form. And welcome Barca.
Hmm.
Come tomorrow.
Well, one team that won't be adding anything to the books. What's the team I'm talking about? My bald-headed friend,
Uh,
Arnie Slot. Now listen. Now listen. I love my cousin. I called him when I was in Florida, and I just smiled. And if you're listening to this, I love you so much. But like I said several times, this manager is not a good manager. Does not know how to handle multiple personalities. He does. He's never repeated in his life. He spent $500 million in one window to make the team worse. And the crazy part is, he still needs to spend another 150, maybe 200 million to fix the back line. Now, that Isak signing looked completely idiotic, and Newcastle is laughing their head off because if they didn't get Isak, they could have had Gahey, and I promise you, if they had Gahey, they would probably still be in the title race. Because Ekatike is like I feel bad for him. Ekatike is arguably the best signing in the summer transfer window, better than Eze, better than Zubamendi, because he's been on a tear every time he plays. He's been on a tear.
Was he injured? Did he play on the weekend?
I don't recall if he played. I think he did come on. Um,
yeah, pretty sure he played.
but like the real question is like, what's going on at Liverpool? Like, is Arne Slot in the hot seat? Like, is he the next manager to be sacked?
Yeah. At this point, I don't know if you would even want that because I feel like you're enjoying whatever this is.
I mean, whether this continues, whether he gets sacked, I'm pretty sure I'm all the banter you guys are giving me that I'm just a hater. Like, I'm really not a hater. I just spit facts. I told you that this is a banana peel game, and you guys laughed at me. The silence is deafening.
You know, I'm overall disappointed, man. Even bro, Isak got like a 1.9 rating. I'm seeing here out of 5. It's horrid, bro, horrid.
Liverpool have yet to win when he starts.
Yeah,
Take that in.
this doesn't make any sense, man. How do you guys lose at home to Forest? Yeah, this one was a shocker. I said it to you guys. I was stunned on the weekend, bro. Like you, that's a bad result. 3-0 too.
To
Like what
this
happened?
Forest, not
Yeah,
Nuno
yeah,
Espirito
yeah.
Santos
That
Forest.
that yeah.
Sean Dyche's Forest.
Yeah.
Like, Laurent always like to say context is everything. This Forest, Sean Dyche's Forest. Like, come on now.
Yeah, man. It's fucking poor. It's not good, man. It's definitely not looking good. It's not looking good.
So, like, do we think he gets sacked?
Like what
No.
after this game?
No, no,
No.
no. Like, does he
I
make
think
it to the end of the season?
not if he keeps performing like this, no.
Okay.
He needs to somehow he needs to find a solution. That's the only answer, but what is the solution at this point?
Like, do you think FSG opens up the bankroll and gets him a defender in the January transfer window?
Hmm.
Because that's what they need. Like, he's not giving Joe Gomez a look. And, yes, I get it. Konate is probably better than Joe Gomez. Van Dijk obviously is better, but you need to change something. Like,
But to me, what's actually even more surprising, or because even that game, right? They had their chances.
mm-hmm.
Uh, and we looked at the earlier games at the beginning of the season for them. They could score. Yes, they were conceding, but they could score. So I almost want to blame even the players on the offensive side of things
Mm, I think they
because
were
there's,
getting lucky beginning of the season.
but yeah, there's like that much quality up top.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
have
It's got to be on the players for sure. Yeah.
you have to produce something. Like you see what I'm saying? And especially with a guy like Isak, bro, you cannot have games where you're absent, right?
Yeah.
It cannot happen. So yes, as much as you want to blame Slot, but some of you guys are not even showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm here for it, and I'm here to be proven right. Um,
So are they out of the title race? I mean, Rita, I know your answer. Laurent, are they out of the title race?
At this point, yeah, I want to say yeah. We're pretty much around Christmas time. I don't see him doing anything between now and then. Yeah,
Mind you, he has to close the gap by 11 points to the current team in first place. And I don't, the way we're going at the moment, I don't see us dropping 11 points like that for them to make up that kind of ground. That means they have to go on a good run, and we have
hmm
to be on a bad run. I don't see us going on that kind of run for them to be able to make up 11 points.
yeah,
no,
yeah. No, I agree.
And even then, there's too many other teams in front of them at the moment who are just even playing better, right? Like yourselves, to be fair, City, right? They have a lot of teams to even overtake to get to top spot too. So yeah,
here's a
it's
better
looking shaky.
question: do they make Champions League spots?
Wow. If I mean, if they if they don't, then yeah, you just control alt delete the club
Well,
because,
I'm
like you said,
asking you to. Do they make
after
Champions
after
League?
spending that kind of money, their expectation was to, bro. Their fans were talking like they should do the quadruple, and they were gonna go invincible and all this stuff. So they don't if they don't get in the top four, bro. Yeah, you're gonna have to fucking factory reset that shit. Start again.
So is that a no for you?
Will they? Oh man. I'll put my neck on the line right now and say yeah they'll get top four. They'll get into or the question of Champions League or top four.
Champions League, champion.
Okay, yeah, one way or another, they're gonna get Champions League football. I don't see how they don't get into Champions League next year. That would be a madness. So I'm gonna say
Really?
they will. Yeah.
And you're saying via the Premier League route of top four?
Or if it's top five, right? If it's five
Yeah,
teams still that
Mm.
get in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can actually envision them not making it.
I don't think they make it. Not just because I'm a Arne Slot hater. I genuinely don't see them
Yeah.
making it.
Simply, to me, it's more so because the other teams are just performing well this season, and you can see a certain level of consistency from those teams that I don't think Liverpool is going to be able to bring, or at least not in time.
If they sign a defender in January, I think they will. But I do not think they will sign a defender in January. And I don't see, obviously, not Arsenal, not Chelsea, not City, not Villa. I think fifth place is open, but I don't see them cracking the top four. And the only other route that they can is if they win
The
Champions League.
Champions League.
So I don't think they do it. Um, West Ham. You're starting to see Nuno Espirito Santos imprint on it. Although disappointing, they Callum Wilson scored two, but Bournemouth were able to claw their way back to steal a point. West Ham's out of the relegation spot right now. They're tied on points with Leeds, but ahead on goal differential. So it looks like my prediction may be wrong, but again, it's too soon to tell. Um, man, Wolves. Are they gonna win a game? Like genuinely, are they gonna win a game? I don't know when they will win a game. And like Yermi Pino, they just got a Palace got rid of Eze, and Yermi Pino has stepped right in, and he looks phenomenal. Like you got to give credit where credit's due. Like he looks good, man. him, Mateta, and Ismail Sarr. Like Sarr is going to be a huge miss for them during Afcon in a few weeks. Like Palace got to get as many points as possible before they lose Sarr. Um, Brighton and Brentford. This was one of the games where mid-table battle. I'd said that I think it was going to be a good game, and it was 2-1 for Brighton at home. Table's starting to take shape, right? Brighton jumped to sixth place with that win. They're looking to secure European football again, looking at either Conference League or Europa. I think Conference League would be better for them. I think if they make that jump to Europa, I think it's just going to be too much. Um,
Y'all remember that Conference League?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we're
Never
not we're
played
not
in it.
aware, we're not aware of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We're I don't know. Listen, I don't even know what that is either at this point.
Hmm.
Fulham, Marco Silva got saved by his players. I still think he's on the hot seat, man. Like if I'm Liverpool and Arne Slot loses another game and Fulham, hey, I would take Marco Silva over Arne Slot. CJ does not look impressed at all.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know why you keep campaigning for that guy. I don't think he's the answer. Not for like maybe like a Spurs, you know what I mean? Like they go for them kind of mid-table managers, but Mark that job is too big for Silva in my opinion.
There is one name. There is one name that could handle Liverpool.
Ooh,
A yeah, CJ, I'm gonna say it.
I have no idea who you're talking about. You have a big ass smile on your face. I have no idea who you're talking
Graham Potter.
about. Oh, jeez.
bro, that guy's already putting. What is it? Sweden?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Sweden, right?
I
Yeah,
think
like
so, yeah.
he shambles, bro.
Yeah. No, I
Well,
think I
how many
think the
games has
rumor
he had
is
there though? He hasn't had that many
then
games.
Huh?
He hasn't had that many games though.
Bro, the first game I think they got beat like four was it like 4-0?
Really?
Yeah, bro, I'm pretty sure.
let's see, Sweden. 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1, yeah.
To who?
Switzerland.
Hmm.
And then they lost to Kosovo. Sorry. They drew a Slovenia. But hey, never know. Oh, they did lose to Kosovo under Graham Potter too. Wow. Um, the other game that I think this game deserves a little bit of talking about too is Newcastle beating Man City 2-1. Did you guys watch the game or did you guys watch the highlights?
No, no, I didn't. I missed it. The
Did
only
you?
thing I saw afterwards was the all the shenanigans.
But did you see the tackle on Phil Foden?
No, it was hectic.
Yeah, that was a pen. That was a pen.
I
Like I,
didn't
I would
see it.
recommend that you go back and watch it because I it may not that I condone what Pep did, but like if if that happened to Arsenal, or I think if that had happened to Chelsea, I think you would have lost your mind as well. Because that
What
that
was the
was
score at the time?
1-1.
Oh.
So it would have it would have changed the game completely. Um, so for me, yeah, like I understand what Pep did, um, and also like Joe Linton, man, he he got away like from the. I watched the extended highlights, like some of the tackles that this guy was making. Like I don't know what it is about Newcastle and playing at St James's Park. It's almost like they can get away with whatever they want. The physicality and the way that they play. If they did that in any other, if they did that in any other stadium, they would be getting yellow cards or they'd be getting cautioned, right? But at James's Park, it's like they make their fifth, sixth, seventh tackle, and then it's like, okay, now you need to relax.
Yeah, but even that ref, he was hesitant to even pull out cards.
Very hesitant,
Uh,
extremely hesitant, and that's the type of game that City aren't up for, right? Like they don't have that physicality anymore. They're more flair type players. Um, yeah, I mean, it's huge for us. I mean, I know I predicted a draw. You guys have both predicted a City win. I didn't expect City to lose. I did think that they were going to drop points. However, I didn't think City were going to be able to win, especially not at St. James's Park.
I will say though, they missed a lot of chances.
They did.
A
They
lot
did.
of, and even Newcastle too. Like early in the game, like both teams, like a lot of chances were missed. Yeah, it's a funny game though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at it, like Newcastle are sitting in 14th. This isn't the
They're
same Newcastle team that was
still
fighting for
14th,
top
eh?
four. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
man.
That win didn't do much for them then. Wow.
No, they're behind. They're behind Brentford on 16 points, Liverpool on 18 points, Everton on 18 points, United on 18 points, Spurs on 18. Like, so that it's a huge loss. It's a huge loss for City, and I worry for Leverkusen because I think City is going to be angry. So we'll see. Um, a team that I don't think we're talking enough about, Aston Villa. They keep winning up into fourth place. They beat Leeds 2-1. They scored twice after giving up the first goal. Are we not talking about them in the title race? Like, are we not talking about them in? I think title race may be a stretch, but
Yeah,
like,
it's a stretch.
but top four. Like, if I'm Chelsea and City, I'm looking over my shoulder. Villa's on
Jeez.
21 points. Chelsea's on 23. City's on 22. Like they went from not winning, not scoring the first like 3-4 games, being at the bottom of the table in relegation zone, to now being in fourth place. Like
Man
credit,
said if I'm Chelsea, I'm looking over
hundred
my
percent,
shoulder. Damn,
100%, bro. After
what's
this weekend, when they
you can't
lose,
talk about the Centurions like that, fam. They can't be looking over their shoulder to Villa. Surely not.
no, when Villa
Uh,
win the weekend
it's
and
disrespectful to them, bro.
when Villa win the weekend and Chelsea lose, like Villa's gonna be on 24 points. Villa's facing Wolves. That's a victory right there.
Mm.
You know, so fall from grace is coming, Mister Centurion.
Man said he should be looking down, not up.
Mm.
Uh,
Bro, you started this. You started this. The silence is deafening. You started this. Just remember.
oh, listen, I'm just waiting for the Thursday pod, bro. Thursday pod, I hope you guys are ready, bro. Just
Will the
set
kit
up,
arrive in time?
set up nice for the Thursday pod. Make sure you have your drinks, your liquor on deck, everything on deck, bro. Cause it's Thursday, bro. Phew. If you thought this was smoke, bro,
Jeez.
Thursday's gonna be a hellfire, bro.
Sure.
Jeez. Express shipping. The kit is gonna
Hmm.
arrive.
And this is after we deal with Barca, right?
Jeez.
At home. I don't know if you guys feel comfortable enough to say that you're gonna deal with Bayern, right? At home. But yeah, no, I'm just letting you guys know.
Mm.
Hmm.
All right. Well, last game before we get to those to previewing those games, United. Did you guys watch the game?
Nah.
Nah.
Did you guys know what happened?
Yeah, yeah.
No, no, no. But do you know what happened?
Are you talking about the sending off?
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw
Idrissa
clips of it.
Gana Gay slapped Keane in the face because they got into an altercation. He literally walked up to him, they pushed him, and he just smacked him in the face, and he got sent off.
I've never actually seen it that a man gets sent off for hitting their own player.
Yeah, it's still foul play.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And then Dewsbury-Hall scores, and United do United things.
So did that red card happen before or after?
Yeah, 13th
Before,
minute, I think.
before it was like very early in
Wow.
the game.
And United still lost the game?
Yep. Like it was
They
almost the
live.
entire game that United played with a man up.
They are a joke, man.
Wait, yo, who is your United friend?
Julian?
Hmm. Well, Julian, if you made it this far to the pod, You know, we're an hour and 18 minutes in. Um, you know, from 13 minutes onward, you guys couldn't even do anything to Everton.
He's too busy changing his allegiances to PSG, apparently.
Mm. I mean, when you support a sorry club like United, I don't blame him. I do not blame him.
Uh,
Anyways,
Damn, you actually just seen that, and that is crazy, bro.
yeah, bro, he smacked
That
him in the
is
face.
foul, bro. Holy, yeah, that's something Draymond Green would do, bro. Out in public, like, god damn.
Yeah, so I'd have been curious to hear the halftime talk with between Keane, Ghana, and David Moyes. Um, Laurent, give us your quick breakdown between Chelsea Barcelona. So you're predicting
Ha, ha, ha,
you're
ha.
predicting Chelsea win?
Bro, you didn't. Oh, I assume if you're asking me that, you didn't check the prediction series.
Wow, you already have Chelsea in there.
From
Damn,
time G, from time G, bro.
damn.
Time, bro. This is vengeance, bro. Like, yo, that club is not coming on our soul, bro. On everything, on
Damn,
the
this
fact
man
that.
said Yamal or Esteval.
Hmm Yeah, you guys seen that, eh? On our last game when Esteval was getting ready, and then Enzo Maresca just brought him back. He's saying, "No, not today, not today." After we scored a second goal, no, I'll let you out for the Barca game. So that's where we're gonna see the battle between the two. Some say the two the most flourish type of right wingers in the
No, but
world currently.
genuinely,
Mm.
you really think you guys are going to beat Barcelona?
Of course, bro. Especially if that's and you see the other point, high line, right? I assume they're gonna keep playing with that high line because it's not something that they've stopped to play with under what's his name, Hansi Flick. Punish, bro. We'll punish that.
CJ, do you think do we need to do a wellness check?
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get where this confidence comes from. You're talking about all these other teams' deficiencies, but you forget that you have your own. Like I don't get it.
I don't disagree, bro. Like I told I've already
They'll
said
be
our
they'll
back.
be pause. They'll be licking their lips looking at your back line too with their forward line. So you know what I mean?
All right, then we can both lick our lips and like look each other in the eyes, bro. That's how you want to. That's how you want to do it. But I'm confident, bro. I'm
Yeah,
confident.
what made you go with that verse, dog? What made you go with that verse?
No, but honestly, like I'm confident for one because I've seen the way. To me, the best team in Europe currently, fuck a PSG, it is Bayern Munich. I honestly think Bayern Munich is the top team right now to beat. Offensively, defensively, right? They shown that they can hold their own, right? And they have a certain pedigree to them. And we play that team. I've seen what our deficiencies were under that team when we faced them a few games back, right? We've improved a lot from that game. Seriously speaking, offensively and defensively speaking, right? I think now we how many clean sheets is that for us so far? So yeah, no. And then we introduced Badia Shield last game, which I think seemed like a solid option. I'm curious to see if that's how the coach is gonna go with a Badia Shield and Tosin to the right of him, and then you can even have Chalaba uh, as right back, right, or even Reece James. But this game, like we have to win this game, bro. And I'm confident that worst case scenario, it's a draw for me. But I can't see allowing this team come to our round and nah, man, and come away with 3 points.
Well,
Hmm.
they wouldn't be the first.
Sorry?
this season. They wouldn't be the first this season. It's not like Chelsea. It's not like you're unbeatable at Stamford Bridge or like this formidable force at Stamford Bridge.
We
No, but
saw
that's
what
not
Sunderland did.
Brighton did.
again, right? I'm looking
Arsenal
here.
loading.
I'm looking here at the nature of the game, right? Just like how you guys have described, like which funny enough, I wouldn't say Barcelona is a rival, but there's a bit of history there, right? When
Hmm.
you look back, and I think that's more than enough to motivate the players to go out there and perform.
That's what I was gonna say. That's actually one of the main reasons I give you guys to go out there and get a result against them. I don't not because you guys are like technically better. I think they're technically the better team in
I don't
terms of
disagree with that.
yeah,
But
but I think you guys will have that motivation because of that, like you said, that history being at Stamford Bridge and all that too. I
mm,
think that might definitely factor in.
but plus, bro, like let's not. Did you see who did they face the last Champions League game where it was like I think they drew that.
Yeah, yeah, the 3-3
Yeah,
against was
yeah.
it PSV or something? Yeah, that one.
Was
Remember at the end there where Chesney? We said they got lucky, they got
yes,
bailed out.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I don't think
Yeah,
it was
Club
PSV.
Brugge.
Yeah, it was Club Brugge. Come on,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
Club Brugge.
performing like that against Club Brugge, like,
But this is what I'm saying.
And you're Barcelona. It's unacceptable. You should, and that's when you realize. And the thing is about the manager, he's so adamant on playing that style of football, right? Like the high line, and the way we set up, I do not see us not punishing that with the wingers that we have. The like
But that's the thing with Chelsea though. There's no question that you guys will be able to score, but can you keep them out?
And that's where I was going with that as well. It's not even. It's like again, you're looking at it as in like, okay, let me pinpoint the holes in these other teams. And you're saying their last Champions League performance was not convincing. But did you forget your guys' last Champions League performance? You guys drew 2-2 to who was that? What team was that? Michelin Tat or whatever? Or who?
Karabag.
Karabag, yeah, one of them. Yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know that saying, bro. Take care of your own house before you start pointing fingers at others. Like genuinely, that's the case for Chelsea. Like you guys have deficiencies too that I think that they can exploit, and that's why I don't know. I don't know if you guys think it's going to be like an end-to-end game, battle of the vulnerable back lines, but I don't know. I don't know. Not even giving my early predictions away, but I don't know if it's going to be as comfortable as you think it's going to be or not.
not saying it's gonna be comfortable, but I'm saying like the result we have to come out of there with a result. That's what I'm saying.
Um, Another team that needs to come away with a result. Man City hosting Leverkusen after that abysmal game in the weekend. They need to bounce back, and I think they will bounce back. I feel sorry for Leverkusen because I do believe that City are gonna play a crazy game to get back into the win column. I don't really see much than than a City win. Um, Marseille welcome Newcastle. Um, Mason Greenwood, Aubameyang. You know, we're going to see Deserby's tactics against a physical, dominant Newcastle team. Um, I think this is one of the games that we're predicting as well, so I don't really want to talk about it too much. But that will be an interesting game. Before I come to the Arsenal game, then we quickly break it down. Liverpool host PSV Eindhoven again at Anfield. I feel like every single game we talk about this is a must win for Arne Slot. Like Liverpool have been playing extremely well in Europe, and I do think that they'll take care of business. But whatever system that they play here, it needs to be something that can be repeated in the Premier League because the physicality is clearly not there in Europe, and that's where you see Florian Wirtz, uh, you know, be able to shine.
Hmm.
But it needs to be repeated in the Premier League because the physicality in the Premier League clearly the Liverpool players cannot withstand it right now. And Arne Slot is giving it away in his press conferences, telling other teams that he doesn't like the long throw-ins, he doesn't like the set pieces, he wants open play goals. But it's like, dude, like if you can't, stop it, stop the set piece plays, or you can't stop the long throw-ins, like people are going to exploit that. So this is a huge game for Liverpool. Because again, as much as I banter Arnie Slot. I don't think he'll get sacked. I think he'll be provided till the end of the season. Of course, unless he, is sitting in 15th place and he crashes out of the Champions League and doesn't even make it to the knockout stages, and that's completely different. But I do think he will get to the end of the season, but he needs to, you know, gain some confidence back in not only the fans but also his own locker room to make sure that he can be adaptable and he can put a lineup together to, cover the holes. Uh, and last one before we get to the Arsenal game, PSG looking to do exactly what Arsenal did to Nando's FC. There isn't really much to talk about in this game. I think PSG just steamroll them. I don't know if you
Is
guys
it
see
at the
it
Parc de
differently.
France?
Yeah,
Mm.
I think PSG
It's such it's I want to say the same thing, but I don't know, man. And I think you said it, right? Like Spurs have a tendency of winning games they have no business winning. Um, Plus I feel like on the back of that loss, right? Like it's more so like okay, you understand what you cannot do tactically. You see what I'm saying? Like I think he's felt what like the boundaries like right, right? Or like I can't set up like this, right? Um and again, bro, didn't they play the same PSG side was it Super Cup, no?
hmm
I think
but
PSG ended up winning that game though.
yeah, but the other
Hmm.
But
the other
it
oh
was a
sorry,
good game. It
yeah.
is right. It was a pretty close game for the most part. So
But
I
the
don't
thing
know, man.
is, PSG played on Saturday and they rested all their big guns.
Mm.
So yeah, like Pacho didn't play, Marquinhos didn't play, Barcola, Hernandez, Luis, Cavatskelia didn't play. Uh, so we'll see. We'll see. We're only a few days away from it. CJ, give us your breakdown. What
Yo.
do you expect from this Arsenal Bayern game? I know we teased it a little bit earlier. We're expecting at least minimum two changes from the lineup that we saw against Spurs. We're looking most likely to have another left winger out there. Yeah, what do you expect? Do you think Arteta's gonna just go for the draw, go for the kill?
Yeah, that guy, him and his winning mentality, Arteta, again, he may be thinking something different from the fans, where we're thinking a little bit more conservative and we're just going to hope that our players get through that game unscathed with no injuries. He's going to want to go out and win, prove a point. A lot of people have been talking about this, proving a point against the Bayern Munich side and getting a little bit of vengeance for what they've done to us over the years when we were at our worst. Arteta was in some of those teams that, Bayern were when they used to come to our ground or even at their ground and just deal with us. Arteta he would have been a player in one of those teams under Arsene Wenger, and when Bayern used to just little bro us at times. But
Mm,
this could be a changing of the guard moment too, where he'll be thinking, and a lot of us will be thinking, like, look, Laurent just talked about it, Bayern being one of the best sides, if not the best sides in Europe at the moment, but so is Arsenal. People are sitting up and taking notice of Arsenal Football Club at the moment, and I think that's what makes this game so intriguing as well. So I think it probably would be a shame, and maybe that's what he'd be thinking too. Not that he does it for viewers and for the spectators, but it would be a shame if we kind of just put out a B side and let them kind of steamroll over us and just because we have one on the weekend. No, we still got to make it competitive. We got to make it respectable. Sorry, and make it a good game still. And I think there's gonna be that bit of pride too. We're at home, right? So first versus second currently in the Champions League standings. I think we're going to want to go out. Arteta's going to want to go out and prove a point. A little bit of bragging rights, get one over your old arch rivals in the Champions League, who's really the best team in Europe at the moment. So the more I'm talking out loud, I think, yeah, he actually is probably going to play a pretty strong side still, and we're probably going to try and go for it. That's just the mentality that he has as a coach, as he's going to want to go out and win every single game. And I'm sure he's going to say exactly that in the press conference tomorrow. Um, but from my point of view, like you said, I don't think there's much jeopardy on this game. There's more jeopardy on Premier League games at the moment. because we've seen. I think the prime example of what this new format of the Champions League is like. The prime example of that is last season. This time last year, again, Laurent mentioned Bayern being one of the best side in Europe at this moment in time, but we're in November, and the Champions League doesn't really fully count until the turn of the new year, right? We saw us, again, we saw us deal with PSG at home these times last year. Beat them comfortably 2-0 at home. Guess who went and won the Champions League in the end, right? That same PSG team that did not click at all in November, but they went in and they're lifting the trophy in May. So it's kind of one of those, right? What really matters is it's going to be in the turn of the new year, right? Regardless of this new format, they tried to change it to make it more exciting, to have more teams, big teams play each other. But really, me, I'm looking at it like the business end of the Champions League is in the turn of the new year. We just got to do our job and get into the top eight, and I think we will do. As you said, we've given ourselves a comfortable enough cushion. We're going really well in the Champions League at the moment, and I think we will get top eight, and that's pretty much all that matters. We don't have to finish first, second, third, fourth. Like we just get in the top eight. Um,
Because you still get the home
so
field advantage if you finish.
yeah, yeah. So whilst I don't want to lose on the Wednesday, my bigger priority is gonna make sure that the players that we need for Sunday showdown come through it unscathed. To be honest with you, um, so. But yeah, I hope to see a good game. And look, this is the benefit of the squad that we have, because it shouldn't be a negative thing when we say we're going to rotate our side for this game a little bit. It should not be a negative. This is what we built the squad for. We built the squad for that. So if you replace a Timber, you still have a good caliber player in a Ben White, a 50 million pound defender. When you replace a Calafiore, you still have a quality young star in Miles Lewis Skelly who shined at the Bernabeu last season, and so on and so forth. That's what we built this squad for, right? So the rotation thing shouldn't be seen as a negative thing. We should rotate because we spent the money to be able to rotate, right? And still put out a competitive side. I would even say, and you said it earlier, David Raya will probably play in goal. Why can't Kepa play in this game? An experienced goalkeeper. I think I would be more than comfortable playing Kepa in this game. This is not like last year when we had to play Neto or someone along those lines. You know what I mean? Like we can fully play an experienced Kepa in this game. Not saying he will, but I would. So the rotation shouldn't necessarily be deemed a negative thing. But I think he will probably go as maybe as strong as possible, one or two, three changes max. It would be disappointing to lose, but we got to get at least some sort of result. I would say. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away with my prediction, but yeah, I think we will get a result. I think we will definitely get a result. I don't know if we'll win the rotations that I'm anticipating, but I do think we'll get a result.
Yeah, you know what? Another question, something we should talk about too. Will we get any additional players back fit? That would also could help change, right, and sway things in terms of a prediction. We don't know at this stage, but getting players back will definitely help as well, right? Like I said, there were a couple that could have been in contention for the weekend that didn't make it. Maybe they make it for this game, right? The likes of Odegaard, the likes of Gyökeres, Martinelli, maybe from the start. That could help. But that should be something we definitely consider, right? And be excited to look forward to is that players are finally coming back. We're getting a bit of help.
I just think that.
Wait,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, no.
No, I was just gonna say. I just think that with the way that Bayern have been set up, it's going to be hard for me to see us win. Um, but I do think that we can take them and we can at least get a point because their their left winger Luis Diaz, like he's
Well,
been
you know what? I was just gonna
fire.
say. I'm sorry to cut you. I was just gonna say we're not many people are talking about this, but that's a big loss for him, for Bayern Munich. He's not playing on Wednesday. I don't know
Oh,
if you
he's
knew that
not.
or if you remember that. No, I'm gonna send you guys something in the group chat now too. Not because I think it's actually it's pretty embarrassing. But I think he got a ban from UEFA for that tackle that he made on Hakimi that led to a red card.
Oh
So
wow.
they're ultra punishing him. Yeah, it wasn't just a red card in the game. He's got a bit of a ban by UEFA, a three game ban or a few game ban for that tackle that he made on
What?
Hakimi. Yeah, yeah. I'll
Bro,
send it to
that's
you
so
guys now.
soft.
I know. It's pretty embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah, they gave him a ban for that. Like they upgraded the punishment. I
Yeah,
guess
that
maybe
is whack. They can appeal that, bro. Like that 100% appeal.
so regardless though, he is out for this game, which I don't think, like I said, many people are talking much about because he's been big for them in the Champions League. So that would technically be a big loss for them. Now I know they have quality, across the pitch. They can bring in like a Serge Gnabry. They could bring in, a couple other players.
Sterling.
But Luis Diaz has been a big player for them, um,
We're
in the
forgetting
Champions
about
League.
the one and only.
Oh, Harold, Harry Kane.
No.
Who? Oh, Nicholas Jackson.
Don't kill me.
Yeah, no, Luis Diaz, he is though. He's gonna be a big loss for them. Like I don't think we
Yeah,
should sleep on that. He's been. If he was playing, I think I'd be a little bit more worried because he's like I said, he's been kind
he's
of their
been
main
killing
guy in
it.
the Champions League. He's been on fire.
Yeah, he's been killing it, and
Yeah,
he's exactly what Liverpool are missing. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I think we might see Nabry in that position.
Mm.
Um, but I'm gonna see how they set up their last game. But yeah, most likely Nabry, because I think even before that, this current manager, he was playing as a left winger. Um,
Yeah, but I mean, you still got Elise, you got Kane, Goretzka, Pavlovic, like Kimmich. Like
It's gonna be a good
hmm,
game.
yeah. Well,
yeah. Wait, sorry, I got a question for you guys because essentially, I think both teams do like to press and press high.
mhm.
Um, are you guys comfortable with yeah? Because again, they're also very solid in playing out of the from the back, right? Um, and even picking out passes in the midfield that just split and then boom, suddenly they're on, right? So I don't know. You don't think you're gonna be a bit more reserved in terms of how you guys go about it?
I don't think so, no.
We're gonna
Mm,
play our game.
Yeah, especially because we're at home.
mm. All right.
Um, shall we start with the Barcelona Chelsea game since we got Laurent's prediction already locked in?
Go for it.
So you're picking Chelsea.
Of course, bro.
I'm taking Barca.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Hmm. I'm going.
Draw.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm going draw.
Marseille Newcastle.
Marseille's home.
Marseille is home.
I mean, they're not even in good form in the Champions League. Funny enough.
I'm taking Newcastle. Just yeah, I'm taking Newcastle.
Early, eh? Newcastle away from home.
Yeah, they've been on fire in Champions League. Laurent, you're 3 points behind. If you get a couple right, like Chelsea wins, Marseille wins, you're right back in it.
Yeah, that means I gotta pick different from you guys. That's what that means.
So
No, just go with
far,
what you want, bro.
yeah,
Go
so
with
far
what you want.
Barcelona, Chelsea, we got three different results.
Marseille, bro, 3 losses in the Champions League thus far. But you know what? I'm gonna back the Zerbi. And plus Mason Greenwood looks like he's in proper form. Is he playing?
I don't follow Marseille, so I'm not sure to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Marseille, man. I'm gonna go Marseille.
CJ, man, sweating.
Damn, this is a hard one to predict. Who chose this one? Good, honestly, good on you. Whoever chose this, actually, this is a
That
tough one.
was Mr. Piana.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's a good one. Fuck. Damn. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Newcastle. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? Bayern Arsenal.
I want to hear from you guys first. Funny
Draw
enough.
for me.
Draw. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sensible result.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree.
Oof.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree. My heart really wants to say Arsenal win, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree that I think it's gonna be a draw. Here comes the Bayern.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bayern. I'm gonna go Bayern. Um, to me, it's just Champions League pedigree.
This guy
I, I,
loves Bayern, bro.
I something about them in this competition, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bayern.
Huh? Well, you get the final say on the pod, sir.
I do. All right. Well, for those still here with us who made it this far, once again, much appreciated. Just know today's hell. The next day will be hell, and the day after that, till we get to Sunday. Oh man, and that's gonna be a fucking inferno. Where are we gathering? At the gatherings, of course. And Murdad is going to be there, right? Because we made sure that he drops all commitment other than this. And yeah, we're gonna have ourselves fuck a fantastic watch along, man. I'm excited. I'm actually stoked. Like I think you guys can see it for yourselves. I'm sure you guys are excited too. And till then, right? We have our Champions League games, so hopefully we'll come out with the results we want. And other than that, like and subscribe, and catch us on the next pod. Adios.
Don't seal my adios.
You say adios?
I always say adios, bro. It's all recorded, right?
True, true, true.
Anyways, CJ in his jersey for the last time on the pod.
Thanks, brother.
I'm glad that we know how to show our support for a team.
Mm.
I didn't want to say it. I'm glad somebody else said it.
Hmm. On that bombshell,